Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een amma ba'd. In this Dhul Hijja series of the doors of Jannah, today we will talk about the deed that is associated with one of the four doors mentioned altogether in a hadith of Bukhari and Muslim, which is called Muttafaqun alayh. The hadith that I mentioned when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said to Abu Bakr, I hope you will be among those entering through all the doors of Jannah. Do you know what it is? It is the second pillar of Islam. You should all know what is the second pillar of Islam. It is the first question that a person will be asked on the day of judgment about Salah, a deed that is mandatory upon us and one of the doors of Jannah. Babis Salah, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the people of prayer will be called from the gate of prayer. Babis Salah. Allahu Akbar. People who used to pray regularly and were focused in their prayer, they were punctual. They used to come to Salah on time. They do not delay their Salah purposely. A man came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Ya Rasulullah, which deed is the most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala among all the deeds? سألت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أي العمل أحب إلى الله قال الصلاة على وقتها. Praying Salah on its proper time. Subhanallah. This is the most beloved deed near Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In these days, which are the most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to do the most beloved deed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is praying on time. So do not delay your prayer. Never delay it. Offer prayers on time, especially in these 10 days. Pray on time, as it is the most beloved deed near Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Praying on time. And when we pray on time, we focus more. We give time to our salah. We do not rush through our salah. Sometimes when we have workloads, we keep delaying our salah. We say that let me finish this work first, and inshallah after I'm done with this work, I will pray with the peace of mind, as I'll be more relaxed. We keep delaying until the time is gone. So never delay your salah. Pray on time. One of the easiest and the best ways to enter Jannah is to pray. And pray on time. Be punctual with your salah. Not leaving a single salah out. Praying regularly on time with proper wudu. Praying with full attention. Putting your heart and soul in it. Your heart must be attached to the prayer. Our mind must not be distracted. Reciting surahs, doing tasbih, going into ruku, but we are thinking of something else. Salah is performed both physically and spiritually, especially. So we should not be doing exercises, just the actions in our salah, and our mind is distracted. But our heart and mind should be present in salah. We must know what we are saying. We are having a conversation with our Rabb. Now those who say that we pray, but if the prayer is not focused, if you don't know what you are saying, if it's not on time, or if you come to pray with a heavy heart that you hardly wanted to pray, then how would these people be called from Babis Salah? But those people will be called from this Bab who used to love to pray, who loved their prayer, who gave importance to their prayers above everything. Those who corrected their prayer, who established them, iqamat salah. And this is what is mentioned in Quran, to establish your prayer. It should have all the components that I mentioned earlier. Then this salah makes us humble towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As salah is not only linked to Babis Salah, but to the highest level of Jannah. Subhanallah. That is why it is most important to learn the correct way of salah, which starts from wudu. And this is our duty, to learn the correct way of salah. It is so important. Inshallah ta'ala, in near future we will have a detailed course on it, so that we can correct and beautify our salawat. There are too many ahadith about salah, and which cannot be covered in this small session. But remember a few things which are most important. that it is salah which separates kufr from iman. Salah will be a light, noor in our grave and on the day of judgment. Our beloved Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the coolness of my eyes is in salah. And if something would worry him, he would start praying. Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about salah, which is one of my favorite hadiths about salah. He said, the first question that will be asked on the day of judgment is of salah. If it was in order, then all of the deeds of that person will be in order, and if it's not in order, then everything would be in disorder. Subhanallah, we must correct our salah. If it is in order, then all of our actions and all of our deeds are set in place. They will be in order and we will do more good deeds. So check your salah, perfect them, beautify them, and be a hafiz of your salah. Then Jannah will be guaranteed to you, inshallah. First, perfect your fara'id and beautify them. Then Sunan al-Ratiba comes, 10 or 12 Sunan daily. And also Tahajjud. Offer as more as voluntary prayers, nawafil. In these 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, remember to do long sujood in your salah. As Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the slave is most closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in sajda. Today's dua is the dua of sajda. Memorize it and make it in your sujood. This dua was also covered in Ramadan, but many students couldn't cover it. So there's another opportunity for you to memorize it now and make it a routine of saying in sujood. This dua is beautiful as we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's forgiveness when we place our head on the floor to show our humbleness in front of Him, that He is great and we are nothing. Make this dua in sujood. It is Allahumma ghfir li dhanbi kullahu diqqahu wa jillahu wa awwalahu wa akhirahu wa alaniyatahu wa sirrahu. O Allah, forgive all my sins, the smallest and the greatest, the past and the future, and the declared and undeclared. Today's dhikr is to say takbirat out loud. It is Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Walillahil hamd. Keep saying takbirat, tahleel and tahmeed. Memorize the dua of sajda and do the most beloved deed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is to pray on time. Do not delay it and beautify your fara'id. Do not take your salah light, especially for young people. It is no joke. It is a very serious matter. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to beautify and perfect our prayers. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those who will be called from this door of Jannah, Bab al-Salah. آخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.